Shalom. Call hello Allah Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, which means all praises to Yahweh, which is the true name of the Heavenly Father, who you people in the world regularly call God, by Hashem, in the name of Yahweh Shah, which is the name of the only begotten Son, who you people in the world regularly call Jesus Christ. Once again, the true name of the Heavenly Father's only begotten Son is Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shah. Shalom also to you Akim, you brothers that's pushing and spreading this word throughout the four corners of the earth, who's also uplifting the names Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shah. Shalom to you Akim, once again. Shalom also to the Israelite foreigners, the speckled bird, man, woman, the child, whose bloodline traces back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, our forefathers. Though you may look like the heathen nations, you're scattered amongst which the heathen nations, as you see on this chart, the nations starting from 2 on down, those are the heathen nations. Also, of your lineage, real quick, your bloodline goes back to these people through the man, right? And if his spirit bear witness with his word, that and his truth, and you can receive it to the speckled bird, man, when the child, if this does apply to you, then you are Israelites. Though, once again, you do look like the heathen nations you're scattered amongst due to the scattering of these people in this chart. So you will have Israelites come looking like the heathen, but they're indeed Israelites because they're under the curses of Deuteronomy 28, the 15 verse on down. Their spirit bear witness with his word that they are the sons and daughters of Yahweh by Hashem Shah. Most importantly, their lineage goes back to these people through the man, no matter what they come looking like. If their father's an Israelite, that makes them an Israelite as well. Also, to you few Aqua, few Israelite sisters that do listen, learn, and believe and do respect your husband, shalom to you as well. To the elect, the Bakayar of Israel, shalom to you as well. To you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you combine, consist to make up the 12 tribes of Israel. You are the Hebrew Israelites, your chosen people, the Most High Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, who the world we calls JC, Yahweh Shah. And I'm up, it's, 2:20 in the morning, and I couldn't sleep, so I figured I just do a video. It's all Yahweh by Shema Shah at the end of the day. Figured, I just do a early morning, video, so here I am. But as soon as I woke up, it was the spirit, because this is what I seen when I first, woke up. But it says Florida's DeSantis moves to allow citizens to shoot looters, rioters, targeting businesses. It says critics argue that the law will allow for armed citizens to become vigilantes, man. You see? And don't be surprised that if this, comes to fruition, which it's going to come to fruition regardless, you see, that the rest of these states follow, man. If not, if some of these states probably already had this law, that passed. If not, you see what I'm saying? But he's saying to become vigilantes, man. Basically, you ever seen a old school movie, which is one of my favorite movies from back in the day, was Death Wish, with Charles Bronson. He's basically allowing, if this comes into fruition, like I said, he's going to allow, regular citizens, your regular everyday citizen, might be a bum, might be whoever, man, to shoot to kill if they got to. So I could play a video, but I'd rather just read it. And this ain't going to be a long video. It's probably going to be a few scriptures, if not, depending on what the Spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah had me do. You see? But it says Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has drafted anti-mob legislation that will expand the state's stand your ground law, a move that some worry will allow armed citizens to shoot and potentially kill anyone they suspect of looting. DeSantis' newest legislation comes in response to months of protesting that frequently led to rioting this summer in Florida and across the U.S. Following the death of George Floyd, a black man who died after a white Minneapolis police officer knelt on his neck for nearly 9 minutes. The legislation is an attempt to prevent violent and disorderly assemblies by permitting violence against anyone involved in the interruption or impairment of a business reportedly described in the draft as being burglary within 500 feet of violent or disorderly assembly, according to reporting by the Miami Herald Tuesday. It allows for vigilantes to justify their actions. A former Miami-Dade County prosecutor, Denise Georges, who has worked with stand your ground cases told the Miami publication it allows for death to be the punishment for a property crime. So they making a property crime a death penalty. You see? And this is what it's coming to. You see, this is where we at with it. You know? And that is cruel and unusual punishment. We cannot live in this lawless society where taking life is done so casually and recklessly. And that's hypocrisy. That's all. Let me get that right quick. Because what is this the land of, man? You see? Let's get that. That's hypocrisy. It's straight hypocrisy right there. You know, this is a scripture that, people, especially Christians in the world, like to use. Okay? This is Psalms, right? And this is David, right? It says a psalm. This is Psalms 23:1. It says a psalm of David. The Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want, right? He shall make me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. And the waters, okay, if you go to Revelation 17 and 15, the waters represents what? The many nations, tongues, you see? Languages, you see? He restored my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, okay, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. And what is the valley of the shadow of death? It's America, man. You see? Esau, Edom, and Habakkuk, the second chapter, how his spirit is now brighten him. He's the man, okay, of hell. He's death, okay? His laws, he pushes death. The food that he creates is death. Everything is death, okay? He has all type of diseases. You could die anyway. You got to drive to get to work, right? When you drive to get to work, you're risking, okay, getting in a car accident. You see it all the time. So there's many ways, like that show, 1,000 Ways to Die. You ever seen that show? If you remember that show, that's America, man. If not a trillion ways to die, man. You see, this is the valley of the shadow of death, man. So she's saying, which I'm gonna go back to that article. Let me just finish this off. It says, "Thou prepares a table before me in the presence of my enemies, these heathen." Okay, which I got the point. Okay, I got the point out of that. So going back to the article, now I gotta get that back. All right. So this is the valley of shadow of death. So really, what's the issue? All right. We already live in a lawless society. The law, statutes, okay? Actually, let me get that. I'll get that. You see? Call hello, la Yahweh by Shema. This is Isaiah 24, right? This is Isaiah 24:4. It says, "The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The host of people of the earth do languish." And why? Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Which who's the righteous? The righteous, okay? The righteous nation on the planet is you so-called Negro, Latino, Native American. Okay? You're the righteous seed line. And though you see the majority of our people, they're wicked as hell too. You see? So really you just dealing with the remnant. You dealing with the believers of Yahweh or Yahweh Shah. Okay? And then it's gonna be the rest of our nation. But they're gonna have to go through the hell that's fitting to come, man. And this is just one of those things. But it says, "But when the wicked, you Edomites, so-called white man and his seed line, okay, his biblical nationality, the people mourn." And it's not just the people, it's the people, it's the animals, you see? It's just life in general. Everything, this earth, okay, is in a state of mourning under the wicked, man. So going back, it's Isaiah 24 and 4, it says, "The earth mourneth and fadeth away, the world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws," the what? The laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh by Shema Shah, which the laws, okay, was given to who? According to Psalms 147 or 148, you see the laws, statutes, and commandments, okay, was given to Jacob, man. You Israelites, so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay, it wasn't given to these heathens, man. You see? And this is why you see what you see. Okay, this is why you see the disorder, like she said, disorder and lawlessness. You see that, you've been seeing that before when America, was so-called normal to you people. That's what you've been seeing. Okay, the women run the household, the man's gone, absent. You see, the food is not real. The no, the you got the whole, sodomite activity, which is the LGBTQ movement. You see, the drag queen movement, transgender, all these just different things, man. You see, all these things are lawless. You see, according to the scriptures, man. The scriptures forbid a lot of activity that you see rampant in America, man, and eventually the whole world, because this is the beast system, man. You see, this system of America has been spread to the four corners of the earth, man. Everybody's been made drunk off the wine of Babylon the Great. But it says change the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant, man. You see? And that's what's happened. So this, like I said, this place been lawless and and out of order, man. Okay? Actually, you know what? Alright, yep, I get this. It's Job. This is Job 21, 10 and 21. Before I go whence, I shall not return even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death, because uh what is what has overtaken the earth, man? Lies, man. You see? Lies. Okay, you people are in darkness, man. A majority of people, especially a majority of Israelites, man, you're in darkness. You believe that this system is righteous. Okay, you believe these Edomites are good people. You see? You believe they are the chosen people. You believe all these lies, man. That's why you're in darkness, man. You see? You believe in this system. And if you believe in this system, you are in complete darkness. And proof of that is this election that just happened, man. You see? That proves these people believe in the darkness, man. But it says a land of darkness as darkness itself and the shadow of death, without any order, and where the light is as darkness, man. Anything that's good or the truth, anything that's lawful according to the scriptures, that's deemed, out of order, and that's deemed darkness. That's deemed wicked in the society. Well, anything that's wicked, okay, and out of order is deemed righteous, okay, in the society, man. Underneath these devils, you see? So just had to bring that out. But picking up where I left off, right? It says the draft legislation also includes measures that will make protesting, which disrupts the public by blocking traffic, a third-degree felony. So you seeing them amping up, trying to amp up, you know, these crimes, man. They getting ready to throw. They going to throw the hammer, man. You already see, and it's not a coincidence that you seeing DeSantis, and it's gonna, like I said, it's gonna be many others. If they haven't already done so, but it's not a coincidence that as this second lockdown, as they so-called say, we're in the second wave of this thing. They saying what they said. A dark winter is coming. You see, why you think they saying that? Because they finna lock everything back down, man. Once they locked everything down, that's it, man. This place is through. This place already through, but imagine another lockdown. Okay, imagine that. It says the draft legislation also includes measures that will make protesting, which disrupt the public by blocking traffic, a third-degree felony. The law will also reportedly grant immunity to drivers who will unintentionally kill or injure protesters who are blocking traffic. So that means, okay, you got if like how you been seeing, these people, in the streets with their signs, marching up and down the streets, blocking traffic. You've been having a lot of incidents up in New York and elsewhere where people were blocking traffic, and people that's driving would just drive through the damn people. You even had police officers driving through crowds of people. You see, when the Minneapolis riots happened, it was a bridge. You had a truck driver just started driving through the people, man. People had to hop over the bridge. You see? So now down here in Florida, which like I said, it's gonna be most likely, this is gonna be everywhere, man. It's like I said, it's gonna be twisted metal out here, man. Okay, It's finna be twisted. Look that up. If you don't know what Twisted Metal is, it was a video game. Look it up. It's finna be like that out here, man. It says the law will also reportedly grant immunity, meaning what? They got the green light to just ram over them, man. Run them over. They don't want to get out the way. Just run them the hell over. You see? And it says who unintentionally kill or injure protesters who are blocking traffic. Additionally, the law will allow the state to withhold funds from local governments that cut police budgets. And that's another thing. They doing this because they know eventually. Let me get that right. It's finna be Twisted Metal. All you Israelites that's in Black Lives Matter. In fact, you see all these different groups that's really funded by the enemy, by the oppressor Esau Edom. You see, you going this is you gonna be a part of this, man. That's really who they want to get rid of, you, because you already the problem in their eyes. You're the problem. Yep, this is Jeremiah. Let me go there. Bear with me. Jeremiah 51 and 30, right? 31, I think. No, it's right here. All right. This is Jeremiah 51:30. It says, the mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. They have remained in their holds. Their might have failed. They become as women. They have burned her dwelling places. Her bars are broken. You see? And the mighty men of Babylon is who? Okay? It's the police. Starting with these police officers, man. And what you have? A lot of them, okay, due to the stress of these riots and due to the large amount of people in these riots and being having objects thrown at them. Some of them are actually being injured, man. A lot of them are being injured, if not killed. You see, so a lot of them, saying the hell with this. A lot of them are going to retirement and joining militias, man. You see, this is what's happening. So, and this is why you seeing, even in my area, they're desperate for people, to join, the police department. They want people to join the police department because a lot of police officers are retiring. Okay, like I say, joining militias, and a lot of them are just quitting, man. A lot of them they done. You see, plus now they catching hell for beating Jake down, shooting Jake down. And see, that's why a lot of them are mostly Edomites. A lot of them joined the police force was to basically come you Israelites neighborhoods, okay, and beat the hell out of you, and eventually or have the way with you. You see, but now that they catching hell from that, they don't see any fun in it no more, so they just gotta go. You see, when they starting to see these people out here are starting to, not to care, which I'm going to get that, about law and order anymore. So they forborn to fight, man. So it's not a coincidence that these politicians, you see, which is really the elites, they want to push, mass chaos, that's what they want. It's really the Most High doing this, you see, and this is what's happening, okay, dealing with these officers. But it says DeSantis, an ardent supporter of President Trump who won in Florida by just over 3 points, reportedly submitted copies of the legislation to the state Senate Committee on Criminal Justice and the House Judiciary Committee, according to emails obtained by the Miami Herald. It is clear that Trump's beauty pageant is still going on with governors and senators who all want to be the next Trump. Miami Beach Mayor Dan Gelber told the publication, and the governor is clearly a very good contestant. Says Gelber, a former federal prosecutor, was also a critic of the Stand Your Ground law when it first came to pass in 2005. DeSantis could not be immediately reached by Fox for comment, but that's the point, man. You see, it's fitting to go down. You see. How long you people, especially, like I always say, you Israelite women, man. You Israelite women that's comfortable, with 911, just the government subsidiaries and all these things. How long you think this gonna be keeping up, man? You see, the world, I'm gonna get that. This just shows you that this place is decaying, man. That for one to even talk about defunding the police and cutting, the police budget. You see, what's their modern day slave patrol anyway? Who gives a damn? You see, when has that ever been in the talk, man? You see, when have you ever had to have storefronts boarded completely up, go all the way downtown and major cities and your stores is just nothing but all you see is boarded up stores. That's never happened before. What does it show you? It shows you that you're witnessing the decline, okay, of Babylon the Great, America, man. The downfall of Babylon the Great, man. This place can't be healed, man. So don't expect anything to get better, okay? This goes for myself first and foremost. Okay, it's gonna get worse and worse and worse. You already got Trump. He's like I say, it's all political theater, really. But he's refusing to let the Biden's transition team, however that whole process work. He rejected it. You see, it's looking like this man he's gonna really refuse, to leave the White House. However, this plays out, but that's what's happening. Then you have this legislation. You got where people would deem that's unconstitutional. I got a Benjamite at my job. He always talk about the government can't do this, the government can't do that, which he's blinded. He don't know what the hell going on. You see, but he says that, and he doesn't understand that the Most High is doing these things, and that these elites, this is what they want. That they're in the we're in the midst of their new world order right now. This is let me see. Let me see. Uh, Bear with me real quick. All right. This is yeah. I started Second Ezra 14 and all right, I started 7. Second Ezra 14 and 7. Right? And now I say unto thee, that thou lay up in thy heart the signs that I have showed thee, and the dreams that thou hast seen, and the interpretation which thou hast heard. And these are all the signs, man. Okay? The uproars of the people, the earthquakes, like it says in Second Ezra, the 9th chapter, you have famines, you know. You got all these false Hamashiachs out here. Then you got what else you got? You see? You got all these things happening. It was all these are the beginning of sorrows, like the scriptures say, man. We know the beginning of sorrows. For thou shall be taken, and you heard these things eventually will come to pass, from your grandparents, you see, or from somebody you come across. You've heard these things are gonna come to pass. And now it's happening. But you still got people that's still in darkness, the majority of you. But it says, for thou shall be taken away from all, and from henceforth thou shalt remain with my son, and with such as be like thee, until the times be ended. For the world has lost its youth. The times begin to wax old, and this is what you're witnessing. Okay? You're witnessing, really, because we in the world of who? We in the world of Esau Edom, man. The self-proclaimed white man. You see? This is his world, and it's beginning to wax old, man. Look at the way things were, in the go from the early 1900s all the way down to the 80s and 90s, and look at it now. You see? This place is through. That the mirth is gone. You see? This is why everybody, goes back to the old days, or reminisce on the old days, because that's when things, according to this society, was still, it was still good, man. Everything, it had some sort of flavor to it, but it's gone now. For the world is divided into 12 parts, and the 10 parts of it are gone already, and half of a tenth part, and there remaineth that which is after the half of the 10th part. Now therefore set thine house in order, and reprove thy people, comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. This is what we doing. We healing, okay? I'm telling you, Israelites, so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, for one, if you haven't done so, to repent to Yahweh by Shema Shah, and seek the Lord 10 times more, man. Because this is the time you should be seeking the Lord, man. Why? Like it says in Ecclesiastes, the 12th verse, the 12th chapter, the first verse, to seek the Lord while the evil days draw not, man. You see? And this is what we're coming into. You see, a lot of you people are affected by prophecy, whether you want to admit it or not. You see, a lot of people are through out here, and this is the time for you to set your house in order, and put off, be that new man, like the scriptures say, be that new creature. But it says, let go from the mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of men. Put off now the weak nature, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy onto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. And the only way you're going to be able to flee from these times is through Yahweh Shema Shah. Okay, doomsday prepping, you see, your job or whatever, money. Ain't none of that going to save you in these times, man. It even tells you that in Ezekiel the 7th chapter, man, that their gold and silver shall not deliver them in these times, man. You see? Ain't none of that stuff gonna happen. Only one that's gonna deliver you, only thing that's gonna deliver you is if you are Israelite, and if you are the Israelite of Yahweh Shema Shah, because you got the 2/3, man. The wicked, rebellious, hard-headed ass 2/3, man. You see? They not of Yahweh Shema Shah, man. You see? But he's the only way out of this situation, because he's the one that's bringing all hell on this planet, man. You see? Using the elites. But it says, for yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter, man. Okay? So it says greater evils, and you starting to see the beginning of it, man. You starting to see people do more and more bugged out shit, man. You see shit that you wouldn't have never imagined, especially dealing with America, would never happen, man. Laws like this, you would have never thought they would pass a law, which is not, like I said, if you in the truth, you know, and if you were in the truth, you know this is not weird. You dealing with Esau Edom, man. Okay? The violent man himself. But it says, for yet greater evils than those which thou has seen happen shall be done hereafter. For look how much the world shall be weaker through age. So much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein, man. You see? So the evils is going to get worse and worse and worse as the conditions of this country get worse and worse and worse. You watch. You want to see it, man. See you people, especially you Israelites, a lot of other people that were celebrating Biden's so-called victory was you Israelites, man. But your joy is gonna be turned into sorrow once again, man. Peace and safety, right? But then sudden destruction. For the time is fled far away, and leasing is at hard hand. It says for it's hard at hand, Salakia. For now hasteth the vision to come which thou hast seen, man. And now you're seeing it. You can't deny that these things is not happening. And if you are denying it, it's because Yahweh Shema Shah has you blinded, or you are being in denial. Okay? But you won't be able to do it you will only be able to do that for so long, man. Okay? Because I get this a lot, but like I said, it's just what time it is now. Okay? Because these people, have been destroying, these so-called looters and rioters, these protesters. Not all of them, but the vast, a lot of it's set up. Black Lives Matter. It's mostly Edomites and Black Lives Matter. That's how you know it's set up. But you got a lot of people that's coming in the cut and taking advantage, taking advantage of the so-called protests, which that's not getting anywhere. You see, and they're looting and stealing out of these stores, man. So now they finna give people the power to take things in their own hands. I'm about to get, but I'm gonna get this first, right? Let me see. It's Sirach 34:21 says the bread of the needy is their life. He that defraudeth him thereof is a man of blood. And that's another thing. This whole shutdown. That's all it is. It's basically defrauding these mom and pop shop owners, man. A lot of these a lot of these people that had, small businesses are no longer had those businesses. And those people had those businesses, you know, for generations, man. Been passed down by their grandparents, man. And it's gone now. So they've been defrauded by the government, man. They ain't getting no what's that called? The PPP loans. If I think that's what it was, they ain't get that. And if they did get it, they just got crumbs, man. While you had the mega corporations, they got the mass bulk of that, man. Look how much money your man Jeff Bezos made, okay, during the shutdown, man. Just look it up. Him and all these other clowns that run these mega corporations, man. And people are seeing that. Damn, this is all they robbed us. That's basically what they looking. Then you got the average, employer of these different mom and pop shops. You see, they lost their job. They can't, pay their bills or provide for themselves or their family. So they pissed off. So now it's just a domino effect, man. So you gonna have a pissed off, store owner. Then you gonna have the tenants, the landlords. You got that whole situation. The landlords, they can't even pay their mortgage or nothing because their tenants, they don't have any money. You see, but the government it keeps extending, okay, the moratoriums on all types of the electricity, the rent, all these moratoriums, man. So everybody just is being defrauded, man. Everybody's way of living is being taken away from them, man. You see? It says he that taketh away his name, and the dollar is being devalued in the process of all these things. So this is all, like I said, just all one big powder keg of chaos, man. It says he that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him, and he that defraudeth the labor of his hire is a bloodshedder, man. So like I said, you gonna have the owner of these mom and pop shops. They've been defrauded by the government, these because they're not a big corporation, you see. So they're gonna look at that like that. You took away my way of living. You took away how I could provide for myself, and now I have to lay off my employers because I don't have enough money to keep my shop going. I don't have enough money to pay the rent. I don't have enough money to pay all my employees. I don't have enough money, to buy, the merchandise or my products for my store. And then you have the employer once again. Well, you laying me off. What I'm supposed to do? And that employer is going to go try to look for other work, but then that job is hard to find. You see? So it's gonna be no work, like it says also in Isaiah 19:15, man. How there shall neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which head or tail, branch or rush may do, going from what the CEO all the way down to your regular person, man. And that's what's happening. You see? So now these little employers are gonna do what? They're gonna your average employee, they're gonna what? They're gonna just go turn to a life of crime, man. They're just gonna take, okay, what they want. If they can't, you know, if they can't get it the right way because the way it was able to get it the right way, it's gone. That opportunity is gone. They're just gonna take matters into their own hands, man. That's what's happening. So now these politicians are just which like I said, it's the elites, and above the elites is Yahweh by Shema Shah. Okay, it's fitting to put this in place, man, because they know that this place can't be healed. They know this place is through. You see, so they're gonna do this to justify, bringing in martial law, because that's really what it comes down to, the martial law, man. So they can force using martial law their agenda, man. Okay, and one more thing, because I know I'm ranting a little bit. You ever seen the movie Dead Presidents? That's what it reminds you of. You see, you had Lawrence Tate, you had Chris Tucker. How they the movie started off where they joined, the I think there was the Vietnam War. You see, and then when they got out, what happened? The economy went down, especially in the communities of what they call communities of color. You see, and he was trying, he got a little, job at a meat plant. But what happened? The dude, he said, the boss said, due to hard times, he had to lay him off. He couldn't work here anymore. He had to shut the shop down. So then eventually what happened? They came together and they started robbing, they robbed the bank, man. You see? Watch that movie Dead Presidents. You see what I'm talking about. A lot of you know what that is, but watch that movie. But that's what happened also in the Great Depression, man. Okay? Things got so bad, business went up. You had the Dust Bowl. You had all these things happen. Stock market crash. And the same scenario is playing out right now, whether you see it or not. But you had all types of gangsters. You had the mafia. You had Al Capone and all of them. And the whole prohibition era. You see what happened? You had a lot of bank robberies, man. That's fitting to come back, but it's gonna come back. Another movie. Watch that movie It's a movie that came out in 2011. Watch that movie Rampage. That's what's gonna happen, man. People are gonna lose it. Let me get this. I'm gonna end it off on this. Second Ezra 15, and it's over. Okay. All you people that was just celebrating, all you Jakes that was celebrating in the streets talking about Joe Biden crying. You got Jake crying because Joe Biden got in office. Because this a man that's for over 40 years, okay, that showed that he hates you. Now he wants to lock you up and eventually have you done away with. Okay? You crying because he got in office, man. What's the dude name? Van Jones. I don't know if it was Lizzo. It was a woman that looked like Lizzo. Or it was Lizzo. Crying. Okay. This second, you trusting in Egypt, man. That's gonna be your shame and confusion real soon. This is 2 Ezra 15 and 14 says, "Woe to the world." Okay, this is going the hour of temptation, which is the chip. But it's really gonna be all these things, man. Woe to the world, them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draw nigh, right? And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Egyptian, like it says in Isaiah 19, Egyptian versus Egyptian, man. You see? That's what's fitting to happen. For there shall be sedition, which means a revolt against in a government, and this is what you're seeing. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and their course of their actions shall stand their power. And that's what that legislation that DeSantis, and like I said, it's going to eventually come into fruition one way or another. Whether people knows how, which he's already doing it, people just do it anyway, or it comes into law. But one way or another, it's going to happen regardless. And I believe it's just going to happen because people are going to see that this place is through. The people that still believe in this place are going to see that it's through. You see? Them simple ones. But it says, and that's what's going to happen. That's what this law allows them. You see, vigilantes. Like I said, watch, there's a lot of movies, man. See, Esau put a lot of things in his Hollywood movies, man. And Death Wish, that remind me of Death Wish, man. Imagine having a bunch of Charles Bronsons going around, especially people that's on popping pills, that's on drugs, alcohol. Imagine that. There'd be a war zone out here. And another, like I said earlier, look that game up. It's called Twisted Metal. That's what you're gonna see. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. And why? Okay? Because martial law will be declared. It's gonna be so chaotic out here. Okay? It's going to be so bad, martial law will be declared. And this is what they really want to do. You see, they want to declare that martial law so they can enforce, these vaccines, okay? And, that chip, the RFID chip. This is what it all comes down to. You see? Because they know if they come at you people with that, why everything is so-called, peaceful, you already got, 69%, 70%, it could have went up. Other people saying they're not going to take the chip or the vaccine, you see? So they gotta have, chaos ensue. They gotta have food shortages. They gotta have all these things, okay, in place, okay, to make you people basically submit and want things to go back to normal, okay? And you go second Ezra, the 16th chapter, you know, it said them soldiers, the military troops, the martial law troops, they're gonna be like madmen sparing none, man. You see? That's where the heads of Yahweh Shema Shah is going to be needed. This is why we telling you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans to repent, okay? And it's like it said in 2nd Ezra, the 14th chapter, set thine heart in order, man. You see? Because if not, the Lord is going to allow you to be overtaken by these plagues, man. Overtaken by the drama that's fitting to come to you, man. Okay? For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the house shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And this is what's next. You're going to have random people, even people you know, come ram through your house, man. When the food dries up, okay? When it's clear that 911 is a joke, like Public Enemy, if you know that song, they said, you see, when there's no more 911, that's what's going to happen. People are going to take matter into their own hands, man. They're going to take the course of their action, like it says in the few verses up, the course of their action is going to be in their own hands, man. They're going to do whatever the hell they want. You see? A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their house with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, which is what? Manifold. It's the lack of money. You see? No money, no resources, and actual food, man. You see? When you say I'm getting bread, you know, you mean I'm making money, man. You ain't making money, you ain't getting no food, man. Food prices going up, you can't afford it. You know, so what you gonna have to turn to? You gonna have to turn to, like I said, a life of crime. You gonna have to steal it, you know, whether from the store when it's no longer in the store. You just gonna have to steal it from somebody else, man. And that's what it's fitting to come down to, man. And this is the part we gonna come into eventually. It's not gonna keep being, you know, you gonna have the half and the half nots, which you will have that. You gonna have the elites. You know, they in their bunkers right now, least priority in their bunkers. But you also gonna have the elites on the right hand side, which is what? The elect. Okay? The elect of Israel, man. The elect of Yahweh by Shema Shah. They're gonna be eating in these times. They gonna, like the scriptures in second Ezra, the second chapter, the 24th verse on down. It says that the elect is gonna be merry and have abundance. You people, okay, are gonna be vexed, man. You 2/3, you Joe 6-pack Edomites, and you other heathen nations, man. All y'all gonna be vexed, man. You see, this is gonna really be you. This is coming for you. Okay? That's why you Israelites better repent. If you're not, you're gonna be destroyed, man. Alright? It says, alright, it says, because of the lack of bread for great tribulation, behold, said the Lord Yahweh, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the east, from the south, from the east, and let Lebanese to turn themselves one against another and repay the things that they have done to them, like as they do yet this day unto my chosen, his remnant, his people, because we are the chosen as the nation of Israel as a whole, so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, those who look like the other, of our people that look like the heathen, but they're Israelites. We're the chosen people of Yahweh Shema Shah. You see? And these heathen, what? They forward the affliction. So it says, like as they do yet this day unto my chosen, so will I do also in recompense of them bosom. Thus said the Lord Yahweh, man. My right hand shall not spare the sinners, and my sword shall not cease over them that shed innocent blood upon the earth. And you know, Psalms Psalm 17 and 13, the sword is what? The wicked. Esau Edom. He's the Lord's sword, man. The Lord's going to use him to come down as he's doing now through his law, like it says in Wisdom of Solomon in the second chapter, through what? The law of justice. He's coming down with great wrath, man. This is what you're seeing. This is what these lockdowns is all about. Okay, this is what the mask mandates is all about. This is what you losing your job is all about. You being robbed is all about. Okay? They're coming down with great wrath, man. The Most High is using them to do that, man. It's really the Most High coming. You gotta look at it like this. It's really Yahweh Shema Shah coming down with great wrath, man. Because the Lord, like it says in Psalms the 7th chapter, the Lord is angry with the wicked every day, man. The Lord is fed up, okay, I'm gonna actually end it off on that. I believe it's actually on up here, right? We go up. It says, right? Second Ezra 15:4 says, "For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness," man. And it's speaking really of you Israelites, man. All you unfaithful of our people, man. You see, the reason why you vote for Joe Biden, okay, you so far up Esau's ass, okay, it's because you trust in Egypt, America, okay? You believe Esau Edom is the most high, okay, and you lack faith. You don't believe in Yahweh Shema Shah. And you not only you don't want to believe in Yahweh Shema Shah, you despise Yahweh Shema Shah. You see? And what does it say? I don't want to butcher it, but it says somewhat he that is ashamed of me in this wicked and adulterous generation, okay, I'll be ashamed of you back, man. I butchered it a little bit, man. You see? But that's what's gonna happen, man. You are ashamed of Yahweh by Shema Shah, so he gonna be ashamed of you. And he gonna show it through let me get it. Behold, said the Lord Yahweh, will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, because the earth, according to Job 9:24, has been given into the hand of the wicked, man. You see? This is why wickedness has polluted the whole earth. If you go in the first Maccabees, you see, uh first Maccabees, the first chapter, it talks about Alexander, you know, the Great or the Greek, right? And what did it say when he came to power, man? When the Greeks, when they would call themselves the Greeks, when they came to power, that wickedness polluted basically wickedness was all over the earth, man. Showing you that these Edomites are the wicked, man. Okay? And their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore said the Lord Yahweh, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves, because the book of Proverbs, it tells you what? It is a sport. It is a sport for a man to do mischief. Wickedness is normal to you people in this society. You people love the wickedness in the society, man. And the Lord's fed up with that, man. Okay? You've been warned through the prophets, but you despise that. You see, you hate, like it says in Amos the 5th chapter, then when I rebuke you from the gate, man. So the Lord's fed up with you people, man. And he's showing you through, okay, what's going on in your daily lives, man. How everything is being affected, man. Your sports is gone, the mirth, like I said, the mirth, all that's gone, man. The Lord's doing that. You see? Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls that just complain continually. Okay? And that's the thing, man. Who are those souls that's complaining continually is the remnant, man. You see? You as an Israelite man, woman, child, like I said, you should hate, okay, this setup that you see. You should hate these heathens being in power. They're not supposed to be in power. You see? You should hate being ruled over, and you should want something better than this, man. If you think this is it, and you think this is the okay, you got a problem, man. Okay? Like I know I always quote, these different movies, but like Juice. You ever seen movie Juice? You better check yourself, Q. That's what you need, man. It's either that, or you just gonna be destroyed, man. But that's it. Just the early morning, vid. Now I was planning to, make this a 25-minute video, but it actually went to almost an hour. So call hello Allah Yahweh by Shema Shah for that. Alright. Call hello Allah Yahweh by Shema Shah. Yahweh Ratazadi was edifying, Baba Shah, Abba Papa, Abba Papa, Abba Ha Ayapia, Abba Ha Ayapia. Shalom to the elect, and to the few aqua that do listen, learn, and believe. Shalom.